Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my final tutorial for my Adobe After Effects training. And guys, in today's video I'm going to teach you how can you render out a project from After Effects and use it into another software as you like. Okay, now guys, sometimes you may be working with a lot of comps, right, a lot of compositions. So guys, in order to render out a particular compositions, you have to select it and make sure that it is the active one. Okay, and in order to understand that it is the active one, when you switch comps, guys, that the material which is there in the comp shows into the composition panel. Okay, so say if I wanted to render out my text with bg1, okay, a composition, I need to select it and only then I can render it out. Okay, so make sure that the comp is selected and go to composition and go to add render queue, or most of the times guys I use the keyboard shortcut, that is a control M, and once you do that you can see that the render queue comes up. Now people, if you haven't made any changes to the interface, okay, most of the time, as in by default the render queue is going to be over here, right next to the composition panel. But I think that sometimes I really end up having lots of comps and I need the slider to move around, so I have decided to bring the render queue from down here, where the timeline is, from the timeline to the composition panel. Okay, like to say on this top of the interface, so that I can get a better look at the things. And guys, we have the ability to render out multiple compositions. So say if I am working with, like say 5-7 comps, okay, and I'm going out right now and I want all of them to be rendered, you can do that. Okay, you just need to align them up properly in After Effects, and then you can it will automatically render out one after the other ones, if you have aligned them properly. Now guys, in the render settings we have two things. We have the render settings dialog box, or this module, or you can take a look at the output module. Now if you take a look at the render settings, most of the times, like say 90% of the times guys, forget 90 guys, I would say I go for 99% times, I always keep this at best settings. So it is really advisable for all the beginners to keep it as best settings. Okay, so that's awesome. Now guys, take a look at the output module. This is a place guys where you have to determine that which format you want your movie to be rendered as. So take a look at this triangle or this drop down. If you click on it guys, you have all sorts of options. You have the, and by default guys, it's going to be rendered as an AVI. So say if you just click render, it will automatically be rendered as an uncompressed AVI file. And yeah, in the output module guys, you have the option to render it out as different formats. We have the FLV, H2, H.264. This is really great for creating small size HD films, and Blu-ray is also good guys. Then you have all sorts of other options like a DVD, MPEG-2 DVD if you like. And guys, the best part is that you can even render your composition out as a sequence. So if you people know what a sequence is, right, a sequence is basically like that every frame of the video is gonna get rendered out as a particular JPEG. So say we have the JPEG sequence right over here. Okay, we don't really have it right over here. If you want to take a look at more options, okay, like I said, like a JPEG sequence which is not mentioned in this list, you can just click on the name lossless and you can take a look at the format. If you click on this, you'll have much more options. So we have the JPEG sequence right now, we have the IFF sequence, we have the TIFF sequence. This is also a very important one. We have the PSD sequence, the PNG sequence, the PNG, and we have all sorts of other options. Guys, now since I have brought up this output module settings dialog box, I would also like to speak about these two dialog box. Now we also have the command to resize. So say if your boss or your superior say that you have to render it out at a particular format, okay, let's say 2000 by 800. So instead of going and changing the composition size, that will ruin out the whole project, you can change it over here, the resize to 2000 and to 800. And you can take a look at the resize quality, the high or the low one. You even have the option guys to post render it, right? As in post render means that, like say once the render has been completed, you can have that rendered file imported, import and replace footage and set proxy. So that's awesome. Guys, we even have the dialog box to crop a video if you want, and the basic settings for output. Now this is really not important guys, so you can just So if you are working on something and you want to render it out, you can just click on this, select which format you want, keep it at best settings, because I think that's very good, that's the best settings that After Effects gives you. And guys, finally we have this last thing that we have to discuss. If you click on this, guys, you have the ability to rename the file. Okay, like say you can put a particular name that the file can be rendered as, and then you can even decide where it is going to get rendered. So if you want it to be rendered on desktop, on your downloads folder, your music, pictures, videos, or any specific folder if you have to render it to. Okay, so I'm going to do a save, and once you have decided that, which settings you're going to go for, you can click the render button over here, and this kind of actually I'm going to do it. I'm going to go and I'm going to say I'm going to put it on desktop, say okay, and I'm going to go for say I'm going to go for an FLV, just so that it can render out real fast. And if I can just click a render, it will automatically happen. The render queue, guys, it gives you what the elapsed time, meaning how much time has been passed out. It will give you an estimated time, that is it's going to take 4 minutes or 5 minutes, sometimes a lot more than that if you're working with a very big composition. And I think everything is good, guys. So this was my final video in my Adobe After Effects training series. Hope you guys liked the training series. Hope you guys learned a lot from my training series, guys. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys can enjoy my other tutorials, like say Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe Photoshop, and lots of other things like that. You even have my weekly tutorial series now, in which I use Adobe After Effects, Photoshop for creating lovely effects and different kind of effects. And you can subscribe to me if you haven't subscribed, for keeping yourself updated with my latest tutorials. And guys, I'm thinking to make an advanced tutorial series now, in which I'm going to discuss about the different kind of keyframes that are there in After Effects, the whole keyframe, about Bezier keyframes, and stuff like that. Then I'm gonna even discuss about expressions and parenting, guys. We got lots of things, guys, to cover in the advanced tutorial series. So depending on the feedback that I'm gonna get from my advanced on my beginners tutorials, I'm gonna decide which I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna go for an advanced tutorial or no. Right, guys, so still thank you for watching this tutorial, and I hope that you have watched the entire tutorial series. Hope you guys have learned a lot from the tutorial series, right? And thank you once again, guys, for watching my tutorials. Please subscribe to me, please like this video, please like the tutorial series, and share my tutorials on your Facebook and other websites. And once again, guys, I thank you for watching all those tutorials. Thank you.